Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Godzilla rant. Now this rant actually has to do with something that's tied to the Godzilla movie, the 2014 film, but more along the lines of an endorsement. I don't know if you've heard by now, but Godzilla has his presence felt within a brand new Snickers commercial, and I've included it within the link below here on all the videos and on the places that I post this. So take a look at it when you have a chance and you know what I'm talking about. Now, normally I would love to have Godzilla essentially be an endorsement for any other product out there. It's great to have Godzilla have his presence known throughout many products and services. It's great. I mean, this is something that we look forward to because when you have something within the franchise, you want him to be as big as possible, much like the comic book world is right now with all their lucrative products, services, toys, everything that's out there. But the reason for this rant is because I'm wondering what the hell is Toho Studios thinking, having this commercial be essentially the first introduction for new American audiences to the fact that there's going to be a Godzilla movie. Here you have one movie, set of trailers that are painting this essentially as one of the most serious, dramatic type films upcoming within the Godzilla franchise, if not any film out there. Here you have a very powerful trailer that just debuted, which shows all the huge drama that's going to happen, all the powerful scenes, everything that happens whenever you have great quality actors, great quality writing, great directing, everything all come at once, and try to stray away as far as possible from a 1998 film. You have all of this happening, and then Toho Studios decides to release this commercial, which shows Godzilla essentially on an ATV, popping a wheelie almost on a hill. Godzilla playing some of that tennis court type games, high-fiving some teenagers. I think I saw another one where he was on a board and he was being dragged through the water and he was splashing some teenagers on there. You can't have it both ways. You gotta have Toho Studios, if you're trying to present this new movie to audiences and you're trying to say, hey, this is a brand new film, you're gonna love it, it's very powerful, it's almost like Sense and Sensibility but with Godzilla in there. And then Toho Studios is running a commercial like this, which shows Godzilla acting goofy and corny and essentially being the era from the 60s and 70s where Godzilla was flying backwards with his breath and doing ninja kicks and high-fiving Jaguar. You can't have it both ways. And my understanding is that this commercial premiered actually on TV at the Oscars, no less, where you have an audience, a worldwide audience almost, at least especially in America. This is their debut of Godzilla, and the fact that there's going to be a new movie upcoming on there. This is what, it doesn't make sense. You can't have the on there because when it comes to something like this, it reminds me of what happened back in the mid 80s whenever you had the Godzilla 1985 film coming out. Here you had a movie that was going to be the movie that wiped the slate clean from all those hokey, corny Godzilla movies from the 60s, 70s, and essentially wipe everything clean, start brand new. It was going to set the tone again like the original Gojira, and yet Toho again decided to have Godzilla at that point appear in a now infamous Dr. Pepper commercial where he's frolicking through a destroyed city and grabbing a giant Dr. Pepper with a big corny face, look on his face. You can't have it both ways because, again, people will think this is going to be how the new movie is going to be, all hokey and corny and childish. No thank you, I'm not going to go see it. It detracts from the power of the new trailer out there, and I imagine that there are some out there within the Godzilla 2014 film that are also scratching their heads, wondering, we went through all these revisions, everything on there, and the first impression that people are going to get with regards to our movie is this commercial. So, I don't know, I may be being a little bit sensitive on there, but one has to understand the power that marketing has. Taking some classes years back in school, I remember reading that the average consumer has about 7-8 seconds to decide whether they are going to actually buy into a product or service. And if the very first thing they're introduced to, in this case, is Godzilla popping a wheelie on an ATV, and yet later on we have then Bryan Cranston dramatically and powerfully stating that that stuff is going to take us back to the Stone Age, people are going to get confused. They're going to think that the movie is going to be reminiscent of the 60s and 70s movies that they saw as kids, and so they're going to be more inclined to not see the film. Maybe I'm thinking too far on this, but with regards again to this commercial, I was excited at first when I heard that there was going to be Godzilla in a Snickers commercial. I thought, okay, maybe he'll be one of those parallels where in the usual Snickers commercial there's something dramatic that's happening, then they tell that person to eat a Snickers bar, and then they return back to normal. And I thought maybe they'll use some footage from the Godzilla film itself, some destruction, and then the person returns back to normal. But no, instead I see something like this. So what are your thoughts? I mean, am I correct on this? Am I wrong on this? Am I spot on? Am I way off? Post your comments, share your thoughts below. I think it's a perfect commercial. I love it. If this would have happened like 5 years ago, it's perfect. I would have loved it. There's no sense any wrong in it at all. But again, the timing of it. Why Toho Studios? Why do you do something like this when it comes to the release of your film? This is going to be the first instance again that people will have to the fact that there's a new Godzilla film coming out soon, and this is going to be staying in their heads, the way that they think that the movie's going to be like, not like this, but almost like, again, the 1998 film with the infamous "wow, that's a lot of fish" kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that, again, people will harken back to, and I really, really hope that I'm thinking too far into this and that I'm wrong, but who knows. So post your comments, share your thoughts below. What do you guys think? Have you seen the commercial? What do you think about the commercial itself? And let us know. So, alright, thanks everybody. Take care. Bye.